Hey, what's going on, guys? Appreciate you stopping by as always. I was just going to share a little project that I'm doing this morning. Um, I like these galvanized raised beds. Been using those for the last 3 years, and so far they're pretty inexpensive and they just work really well. Uh, One of the things that I don't care for are the 6x3s or 6x2s and the larger ones that are upwards of 8 feet long. They come with these thin, spindly little tubes that connect the two sides. So if you envision, they'll have a couple of supports. That's what they're supposed to be. And they don't work very well. And then you're shoveling, you kind of forget that they're there if you're trying to churn the dirt up. And but most of all, they just don't work real well. So we've got I think 4 more 6x3s to put in, and I decided, I'm not going to use those. They do need some support. I think it definitely helps just hold everything together, especially when you're putting dirt in there and the sides can kind of spread apart. But so I decided I'm just going to modify it myself, do a little galvanized raised bed hack, if you will. And what I'm going to use, I could probably have used something else, but I've got a few sticks of 2x3s. And, I don't really need a lot. If I had a 1x1, I could probably use that, but I don't have that. So I'm going to use the 2x3s and cut them to length. I'm going to drill holes in the galvanized raised bed. I'm going to put 2 pieces, support pieces in each one, and it's going to be kind of close to the top, a few inches down, so soil can go over it. But I think that's going to hold it together really well. So let's get started. All right. So I measured the inside of the bed at 35 inches. They're supposed to be 6x3, but I think the 3 is the outside measurement. And I'm going to connect these pieces of wood on the inside, on the raised portion of one of the ribs. So I'm going to mark off 35 inches. Another 35. If I was building something for precision, I'd cut and then remeasure, but this is good. And I do math good enough that I know 35 and 35 is 70. So and I use my square, put my line. So where'd my mark go? There it is. So I can try to get fairly straight. Just a tad under. It's like an 1/8 inch. That's good enough. Well, I tell you, it's a nice day out here in central Maine. It's supposed to be in the 80s today, and got today off from work and getting a ton of projects done. This is one of them because we got to finish getting stuff in the ground, seeds, and some transplants that we picked up. So, all right, now I'm going to put some holes in the galvanized raised bed, and I'm probably going to char these. I don't know if you've seen any of the videos that I do, but I char a lot of my wood rather than staining. It just, it's quicker. I'm not saying it's as good, but that charring helps the wood last a little longer, some weather resistance, insects don't like them. So anyways, all right, so I'm gonna put the holes in between. There's a panel here and there's a panel here, and about in the middle I'm gonna put 2 holes. And I'm using 2 holes because I don't want the 2x3 to spin. If I only put 1 screw in it, then it could pivot. All right, let me go ahead and do this. I'm not really worried about it being exactly centered, because it's going to be under the tarp. Not a big deal. All right, now I'm going to turn this around, do the other side. I'll tell you, for anything I do outside, typically I use deck mates with the Torx heads. I just have found these things to be fantastic. I've never twisted the head off. Super strong, and not the cheapest screws you can go buy, but these things are great. All right, let's go ahead and get this done. All right, so it's done. I didn't record me putting the rest of the screws in. I think you got the gist of what's done there. So anyways, this is it. So a lot more rigid, and like I said, I got 3 more of these to do, and then I'm going to put them in the garden and get them filled up with soil and get some stuff growing. So, but anyways, I just wanted to share this little modification to a galvanized raised bed in case you guys might be interested, or if you're getting galvanized raised beds yourself, you might do the same thing. So anyways, I appreciate you guys stopping by. We'll see you next time.
Really work while crooked men shake hands in rooms, selling souls to corporate suits. Society's sick, but I found the cure. A back road life, honest and pure. They can keep their throne and their golden news. This life out here's my modern exodus. I traded screens for a sunrise, callous palms, blisters, pride, planted seeds where hope was.